Hi guys, hi. Good evening everyone. Good evening. How are you all? Can you let me know please in the comment? How are you all? Hi, good evening Geeta. Hi Snehal, good evening. So I hope every one of you are doing well guys, and I hope you had a very nice day. And I'm here I in a hope that I would make your evening also very special. So here we are with this data structure and algorithms zero to hero program day 2, right? Yeah, hi Arman, hi. So we had discussed this time complexity analysis, right? We had found out time complexity of some code snippets. We would like we would continue with the same point actually. I have two three more questions on which we would first find out the time complexity, and then we will move on to the pattern question. And as I said, we would solve it live on a coding platform. I have picked up a platform, like I'll go with the hacker and guys for a particular pattern. Yeah, I had planned for many pattern questions, but I didn't find actually so like many pattern questions. Anyway, I'll be discussing all of them. So yep, so that's where we would be like heading towards in this session. So some more people have joined here in the comments with us. So hi Ritik, hi Subhashri, hi Chandrasekhar, hi Snehal again. Okay, hi Diane, right? Okay, I hope I have pronounced your name correct. So hello everyone, good evening, and welcome back to this session 2, day 2 of data structure and algorithm, right? So without wasting any more time, let's actually get to our discussion of time complexity. Let's finish it very soon so that we would dive into this coding part where we will code this pattern, and also I'll give you some tricks actually how to solve some question the pattern questions, okay, which you can actually apply on several different thing. Yeah, Karthik will be given, attendance link would be given. I hope, I believe all of you and me, we are here to learn something here. So let's first learn anyway. Okay, attendance link is there in the description. It would be also posted there in short while. So don't worry about that. Those who have not registered, please do register for the course. Okay, so yeah, some more people have also joined. Praful, hi Praful, good evening. Hi Arun, hi Mukund, hi Rohit, hello. Good evening, good evening. Yep, good evening. So let's start, guys. Let's start it. So okay, yeah, thanks. Thanks for the confirmation. Actually, hi, hello, Syed Abbas, right? Yep. Okay. Hi. Let me share a screen, guys. Basically, I'll be moving back to the point where we were discussing actually. So, where we were. Okay. Just presenting it in a short while. Okay. So, I hope everyone is able to see. I've shared a screen actually. Okay, so I think we had discussed up to this point, we had discussed this. So I have some more question to discuss. That's the very first question is this, guys: what is the time complexity of this particular code? So can you all give me answer for this? The options are given below. So which one is the correct answer? Can you all please work it out? We have already solved some problem. I hope you can work it out, right? Okay, yeah, hello Akash, hi Mukund, hi Manshu. Can you work it out? This question, which I have given here, it is being displayed right now. Can you work it out? Can you work on this? Yep. Okay. Yeah. One more thing, I guess. In the previous session, Mansi, if I remember it correct, she was asking actually which program to go for, and what exactly which program would be easy and which program we should go for, right? And I said that depends on your choice, right? Okay. So, guys, I would also like to say this to all of you. Okay, it's a very good, bright opportunity actually. So, what we do here is at LetsUpgrade is you pay this 25,600. You may go for no cost EMI or something. Okay, and with that price, you can have all the courses: AIML, data science, web development, and Python Django. Complete all the courses. You can have it for 1 year. You need to finish all the courses in 1 year. That would be the timeline. But if you want job in, let's say, web development field, you need to finish 80% of the assignment and the courses of web development. That's what we follow here. So you can learn all the thing, all the four fields, four domains, and then you can decide actually which one you want to get into, right? Fine. So now getting back here, yeah, hi Muskan. And Vicky, Arman, and Mukund have already put some answer here. Even Anirudh has mentioned some answer. So all of them have mentioned, no, not all of them. Arman has mentioned big O of n, and the rest people have mentioned big O of log n, right? Log n. Okay. Divya says big O of n. Aarti says big O of n. Okay. Any more answers, guys? Can I expect some more answers? I'm just seeing at your chat here, this side. Ritik says big O of n. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. We'll do it. We'll fix it, guys. We'll fix it. So fine. So what is basically happening here? So I see a lot of people are saying big of n, big of n, big of n, and some people are saying big of log n. So let's try to dig into this. So for that, I think I'll have to share this good old, our good old friend whiteboard, and we can discuss this question there, right? Okay. I think it's already up, this whiteboard. Yeah. I hope everyone is able to see. Can you please all just say yes or no if it is visible to you all or not? Okay. Visible, right, to everyone? Yeah, I'm on that actually. Okay, I'm discussing the solution actually. So for that, I'm using this whiteboard because I want to discuss something. Why it is not getting cleared? Is it stuck or something? No, fine. Yeah, you're back. So what is the question basically? The question says we have a loop which starts from 1, right? And it says I into I less than equal to n and I plus plus, and there is some statement, right? Okay, maybe it is C out high, maybe. So the question says, what is the time complexity? What is T of n, or what is time complexity for this code snippet? So you just have to find how many times the loop is running, or how many times the cout high statement is getting executed. How many times the loop will run? That depends on this condition, right? And what is the condition? Condition is I into I less than equal to n. So that means actually I square is less than equal to n, and that in turn becomes I less than equal to root over of n. Okay, right? Root over of n. Oh, I think I have discussed a different problem. Anyway, I think we already have discussed this. So for this code snippet, it would be big O of root n. We already have discussed. Sorry, guys, I just made a mistake here on the question actually. For this question has asked us like for I equal to 1, I less than equal to n, and this is I into equal to 2. I is getting updated by 2 times. It is getting incremented by 2 times. All right. Okay. Okay. Right. So now, and here there's a statement, let's say hi or something. Okay. Let me just erase this part, guys. So sorry, I just like use a different question to explain. So let me correct it. There's a previous question which this we have already discussed in the previous class. The previous question which I had written it down. Anyway, fine, not an issue. It's always good to have a recap of what we have learned. So now for this question, what would be the time complexity? So guys, we already have discussed, don't assume that n is very less. You should always assume that n is very large or very infinite or something. But just to explain you, I'll just take some value of this n. Okay, I'll take a value here. Let's say n value is 64. Now here I starts from 1. Okay, I starts from 1. What would be the next value of I? Next value of I would be, see guys, how I is getting updated into 2 multiplied by 2. Every time it is incremented by 2 times. So initially I value is 1. In the next iteration I value would be 2. In the next iteration I value would be 4. In the next iteration I value would be 8. Next iteration I value would be 16. In the next iteration I value would be 32. And next iteration I value would be 64. In the next iteration, the value would be 128. and that is where this condition would be false. So this is where you will stop the loop, right? Okay, this is where you will stop the loop because I value has exceeded the value of n here. So you'll stop at this moment of time. So basically here what we have to do is we just have to find how many times the loop run, or uh, in how many steps this I reach 64. If you see guys, for one step, in two step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, and sixth step. In six steps, I reach 64 from 1. Okay, so in six steps, we reach 64 guys, from 1 to 64. What is the relation between 6 and 64? Who can say? What is the relation between 6 and 64? Anyone here can say? Can you say, guys? Anyone? What is the relation between 6 and 64? If you see here, guys, okay, so this 6 and 64, they're related this way. 2 to the power 6 is actually 64. Or in other language, I can say 64 is actually log of, oh, sorry, my bad. No, I'll just correct it. 6 is equal to log of 64 and base 2. Either 2 to the power 6 is 64, or 6 is actually equal to log of 64 base 2. That is the relation between 6 and 2. Okay, right? Okay, so this is the thing here. So what is 6 here? 6 is basically the number of steps in which I started from 1 and reached 64. Basically that is the number of times the loop run, and that is the basically the number of times this C out high got executed. So that is your time complexity, right? So we got this 6 and we got this log 64 base 2, right? So this 6 is basically the number of steps, or it is the time complexity, and it is nothing but log of n. You may write base 2, you may not write base 2, because by default in computer science, if you don't write anything, it is base 2. Okay, in mathematics, if you don't mention the base, it would be automatically, or by default, it would be understood as base 10. But in computer science, if you don't write anything, automatically we would understand, or we would consider it as base 2 actually. So this k, guys, is nothing but the number of times the loop run, or the number of steps in which I started from 1 and reached 64. So that is basically your time complexity, which has come out to be log of n. Okay, this comes out to be log of n. So for this code snippet, time complexity is actually log of n. Okay, how many of you understood this? I've just taken a value of n. I assumed, let's say n value is 64. Okay, and I checked, okay, how this I is incremented, right? So first time 1, then it is 2, then it is 4, then it is 8, then it is 16, 32, then 64. So in 6 steps, I reached 64. That is the end of the loop. That many times the loop run, that many times this high was printed, and that is basically my time complexity. That is what we have been discussing from previous class. You just have to look how many times the statement inside the loop is executing, and here we got it is actually executing 6 times. So when n is 64, it is running for 6 times. Okay, so what is the relation between 6 and 64? 6 is actually nothing but log of 64 base 2, log of 60, log 64. So if you replace 64 by n, it is log n. So time complexity, or the number of steps, or the number of times high would be printed, is log n times. That is your time complexity. Understood, guys? Is it clear to you all or not? Please let me know. Put out your questions, whatever doubt you have in this question, please put it up so that we can have a discussion here. Okay, I'm yet to like receive confirmation from your side, guys. Please confirm me whether it is clear to you or not. Did you understand? Everyone is with me? All of us are on the same page, guys, or not? Please let me know in the comment. I'm watching at your chat section, in the comment section, so I'm just waiting for your confirmation. Is it clear? Yes or no? Just mention me. Okay, is my comment thing is like stuck, or no one is actually responding? Okay, Divya says it's clear. Ritik says clear. Mukund says clear. Aditya says clear. Okay. Mukund, there is no particular notes actually. So, what is the exact thing I'm actually discussing in the class itself? I'm just writing some stuff. So, if you want explanation, like you can always come back to the video and check it again. Okay. None of you guys. I have a question here. Like no one asked a question here. No one raised a doubt here. Let me, on your behalf, I'll raise a question here. No one, absolutely no one had this doubt. Actually, the loop is running for 7 times, and why I am saying 6 times? No one has this doubt. Be honest. Even if it had been I plus equal to 2, then yeah, even it would be big of n, because technically it is, to be very specific, it would be big of n by 2. 2 is again a constant. You can like ignore it. So it would be again big of n. Okay. No one has this doubt. Actually, the loop is running for 7 times. For I equal to 1, it is printing. For I equal to 2, it is printing. For I equal to 4, it is printing. For I equal to 8, it is printing. For I equal to 16, it is printing. For I equal to 32, it is printing. And finally, for I equal to 64, it is printing. Right? So actually 7 times. But I have taken 6 times. No one has that doubt, or you understood. You understand? It is like quite understandable to everyone why I have taken 6 and not 7, or not. Please let me know so that I would also clarify that. Yeah, Diva, yes, condition should be satisfied. Understood. Like, but if you check it out, it's actually 7 times. I would be printed actually 7 times and not 6 times. But I have taken 6 times, and I established a relation between 6 and 64, and that's how we got log of 64, and that's how we say it is actually log of n. Okay, right? See, even if you're not wrong if you say it is actually running for 7 times, you are correct. It is actually running for 7 times. Okay, in like total number of time the loop running is 7 times actually. Okay, n value is 64 and the loop running is 7 times, but you cannot really establish a relation between 7 and 64. That's why actually I broke it into 6 plus 1 64, right? And I can easily establish 6 and 64 as log 64 plus 1. So if I convert it into n, so it would be log n plus 1, and this would be n. So I can get, like, I can ignore this plus 1, guys. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, minus 2, minus 1. This, you ignore this, okay? It is as good as not considering them. So that's why I have just taken 6, because it is easier for us to establish a relationship here. Please remember this. We are here just to find the order, how it is dependent on n. Is it dependent logarithmically? Is it dependent quadratically? Is it dependent linearly or exponentially? Kind of that, guys. Okay, nothing else. So that's the thing. Okay, no, Aditya, I think it would be printed 7 times, for 1, for 2, for 4, for 8, for 16, for 32, and for 64. 7 times. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Ivan. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes. Fine. I hope I have cleared that part also. Okay. Right. Why we don't consider this plus 1 or minus 1? So we ignore it, because in front of this n, this plus 1 minus 1 doesn't make really sense. So we can just clear it out. We can just ignore them. Fine. So we are good with this question now. So we know how exactly we are getting this log n. So guys, even if you get, it is actually I equal to I into 2, you are incrementing 2 times. If you, at any point of time, if you get this way, you start from I equal to n, okay, I greater than equal to 1, and I equal to I by 2. Okay, instead of incrementing by 2 times, if you divide it by 2 times every time, if you decrement it by 2 times every time, still then you'll get log of n, because you start from 64. Okay, and every time you divide it by 2, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, same. So same number of times it is running, right? Okay, so basically if you increment it by 2 times or divide it by 2 times, it would be log n. Still, it would be still log n. Similarly, if you multiply it 3 times or divide it by 3 times, it would be log n base 3. Okay, you may ignore this base 3, guys. You can just write log of n. Anyway, this 3, 2, these are constant. Okay, doesn't make sense. much sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make much sense as far as this time complexity analysis is concerned. So now I hope everyone is very clear with this question. That is, this answer is log n. For this question, it is log n. Okay. Yeah, Purnima, hello. Base 2, Hassan. Hassan, it is base 2 always. In computer science, by default, the base is considered as 2. Wherever you see log n has been written, it is actually base 2. In mathematics, we actually consider base 10 as default. Okay. It's not I plus equal to 2. It's actually I multiplied equal to 2. Right? Okay. I into equal to 2. So every time I is incremented by 2 times. Okay. Fine. Let's go to a different question. Fine. So now, yeah, let's talk about this question, guys. Let's see who is going to answer this question. Yeah, try to solve this question. It's a very good question. Okay, it's a very good question. Let's see who will answer it correct. One more time complete problem. Yeah, Ivan, I have just displayed this question. Let's solve this problem. It's a very good problem, and you will surely enjoy it. If you are enjoying time complexity, then this question you will surely enjoy. Okay, Hassan says n log n. Nishchit says also n log n. Okay, fine. Akash has put a question, but it's little vague actually. Akash, can you maybe correct the question or something? I into I equal to, what is that? I into I equal to 2. You are saying I square equal to 2. So then it is a constant. Like we are saying, like the first time the condition would be false if I into I is not 2. Okay, so a lot of people here are saying actually n log n, and Naveen says only log n. Purnima says n log n. Okay, a lot of people are saying actually n log n here. So let's solve this problem. Let's actually see whether it is n log n or not. Okay, I'm very happy to actually prove you all wrong, and okay, I'm not very happy to prove you all wrong. I'm very happy to make you aware how to solve this question. Okay, the only reason you are mentioning n log n is, guys, you are not following what I had mentioned in the previous class, the approach. You are missing out the approach. You're just seeing, okay, it is running for log n times, it is running for n times, so it should be n log n. That's why you are saying n log n. I got it. Okay, like why you are saying n log n, but that's not the correct answer actually. Let me solve this in front of you, and we would get to know how exactly how you should approach this question. It's basically same what we have done already. Okay, right? You should not consider that way. I've already have mentioned, guys, in the previous session, you should not consider it. You should not approach in that way. Like outer loop is running log n times, inner loop is running n times, so n log n. Or outer loop is running n times, inner loop is running for log n times, so n log n. You should not actually go in that manner. What I had said, okay, whenever you see nested loop, what you should do, you should write down I and j. You should see, okay, how I and j are running, how many times actually in each iteration, how many times the internal statement is getting executed, the inner state, the whatever the statement is that is being executed. You have to analyze each iteration. That is how you should solve. Okay, don't rush, guys, on question. That is where a lot of people make mistakes. Questions are very simple. Only thing is we don't have patience to see the question well, and we rush, and that's where we make mistakes. So the question is, for I equal to 1, I less than n, and less than equal to n. Okay, I into equal to 2, so we are incrementing 2 times. Fine. Then we have inner loop for j equal to 1, right? Yeah, for j less than equal to I, and j plus plus. This is the question, if I'm correct. Yeah. And there is some statement, see out, let's say hi. This is a code snippet, and I'm here to ask you, like, What is the time complexity for this code snippet? Okay. Yeah, Venkatesh, what is registration link is error? No, Venkatesh, it should not be error. Make sure you have account in LetsUpgrade.in. If you don't have, then you just register, just create an account at LetsUpgrade.in, and you can then register in the link with the same email ID actually. Okay. So see this. So we will follow the exact method which I had actually said in the previous session. So if anyone did not attend the previous session, after this session, please do revisit it. Okay, if you have not, like, if even if you are missing it out, please revisit it, guys. Okay, you'll get to have more clarity on the approach which I'm doing right now, because we already have solved such kind of problem. Not exactly this problem, but nested loop problem we have solved. So write down each value of I. Okay, for I equal to 1, j will start from 1, and the condition is j less than equal to I, so it will just run for one time. So how many times this high is printed? One time. Next iteration, I value is 2, j will start from again 1 and it will go till 2. That's the condition, right? So basically it is running for 2 times. Okay, what would be the next value of I? Next value of I would be 4, because we are incrementing I 2 times every time. So j would start from 1 and it will go till 4. So how many times basically I is printed? 4 times. Okay, what is the next value of I? In the next iteration, I value would be 8. So this j would start from 1 and it will go till 8. So basically I is getting printed, I is printed 8 times. Okay, right? Similarly, guys, at certain point of time, I will reach n, and there this j will start from 1 and it will go till n. So at that point of time, you can say this high is actually getting printed n times. Okay, n times. So what is the total number of times the high got printed? Just add this up. So basically it is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8, so on up to n. That's what, right? If you add these all, whatever result you will get by addition of this, that is your answer. That would be your time complexity, because time complexity is nothing but the number of times the statement inside it is getting executed, right? We just have to find that. Okay, if you remember, I had like applied the same method in the previous session, and I have asked you to follow that method whenever this nested for loop is given. Okay. Yeah, hi, Chin. Okay, okay, Chin is not your name. Your name is Shokit, if I have correct, like, if I have pronounced it correct. Hi, hi, Koi, you are from Cambodia. Okay, hi, hello from India. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus n. If you see it clearly, guys, it is actually a GP series, geometric progression series. Okay, this is actually 2 to the power 0. This is 2 to the power 1. This is 2 to the power 2. This is 2 to the power 3, and so on. How can you represent n in power of 2? Who can say? Who can say this? Who can say this? Ajay, it's I think you can check your profile. I think it has already been updated, right? Okay, or if you are waiting for completion certificate, I think you might have received something to update your address over the profile, over your profile, so that we can send it to the particular address. Okay, if you have not received yet, so you can just put up a mail to support at letsupgrade.in and it would be taken care of. Okay, yeah. So now who can say how can we represent n as a power of 2? Let's see. So guys, uh, n you can represent it as 2 to the power log n actually. Okay, remember this, guys. 2 to the power log n is actually n. Okay, right? So it's basically 2 to the power log n base n, right? So remember this always. A to the power log n base a is actually n. So you can represent n as 2 to the power log n, because anyway the base is 2. Pooja, basically my focus is not on the language but on the concept more. You understand the concept, you can implement it using any language. Okay. Daily class, we had class yesterday, we have class today, even we'll have class tomorrow. So we'll have a 4-day class actually, and we would be we are actually soon covering, like, completing this time complexity. We'll get into this pattern question where we will go to HackerRank and solve the question live there. Okay, fine. So here we got 2 to the power log n. Who can say addition of n terms of GP series formula? Anyone knows it? You can Google it, guys. If you don't know it, you can just Google addition of n terms of GP series. We have here n terms, so you can just have this terms added. Okay, so it is actually a to the power 0. The formula of addition of n terms of GP series is a to the power 0 1 minus into 1 minus r to the power n, where n is the number of terms, divided by 1 minus r. Okay, if you look up, this is the formula actually, guys. Okay, where we can submit the yesterday lecture assignment. Seema, you can find the description, you can find the assignment submission form in the video description. You just have to submit there itself, okay, in the Google form. Where is the assignment? Pranjali, you can check out the community group. I had posted it. Okay, I have posted as an assignment question there. Okay, that is also a very good question actually. You let me know, guys, in the next session if you could solve that question or not. Okay, I just want to know if you could solve. I'll just ask in the next session again. Okay, I should have asked in this session, but I posted it at a delayed time. So sorry for that. So anyway, I'll ask for it tomorrow if you could solve that. Fine. So yeah, here we have 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, and up to 2 to the power log n, right? So this is the formula basically for adding n terms of GP series. So when you add these n terms of GP series, so let's put this formula, guys. So it is now very easy. Just put the formula, get the answer. What is A? First term. Okay, A is first term. So first term is 2 to the power 0, that is 1 basically. 1 minus, what is R? R is common ratio here. The common ratio here is actually 2. Okay, 2 to the power n. What is n? N means total number of terms. Who can say what is the total number of terms here? 2 to the power 0 to 2 to the power log n. How many terms, guys? Who can say 2 to the power 0 to 2 to the power 4? How many terms? 2 to the power 0 to 2 to the power 4. How many terms actually? 5, right? 0 to 4, 2 to the power 0 to 2 to the power 4, 5 terms. Similarly, 2 to the power 0 to 2 to the power log n, actually the number of terms is 2 to the power log n plus 1 divided by 1 minus 2. So just solve it, guys. So after solving, I think you'll get this 2 to the power log n plus 1 minus 1. This is what you'll get if you solve this. Okay, right? Riddhi, I'll just reiterate. I have mentioned, I have posted the assignment in the community group. You can check out the community group. The link is in the video description for the community. It has been written DSA 02 data section algorithm 02 hero community group. Okay, anyway, Josna, can you please put up the community link here so that they can fetch it? You can check it out after the session. Yeah, so we got here we have now got it 2 to the power log n plus 1 minus 1, guys. Okay, now this minus 1 you can ignore, constant, right? Okay, now we got 2 to the power log n plus 1. So again, guys, this plus 1 you can ignore. Okay, that is even if you expand it, it would be like 2 to the power log n into 2 to the power 1. That is a constant, you can just ignore. So finally you are actually getting 2 to the power log n, and if you simplify it, it is actually n. So time complexity for this code is actually big of n, linear. No n log n, no log n, nothing. N, linear. See the difference, guys? Okay. The approach makes it all difference. Okay. Please follow the approach which I mentioned. Okay. A huge difference there actually in the approach you follow. So this is the correct answer. It is actually linear, guys, and not n log n or n log n or something. It is actually linear, big of n. Please follow this approach. I hope you understood, guys, this. Please let me know over the comment. I'm just waiting for your responses. If it is clear, let me know. I would now move on to pattern question. I am heading towards HackerRank actually. Okay, right? And yep, those who are listening and those who had queries in the previous session, I will just reiterate, guys. It is not actually you pay 25,600 maybe no cost EMI or at once you pay. It's not actually you are buying one course. It actually you're buying 4 different PGP full stack courses: AIML, deep learning, data science, Python, Django, and web development. All 4 you get it for whole 1 year. okay, you complete, you can study everything. And if you want job in a particular field, let's say Python and Django, you should complete 80% of assignment of that particular field to get placement from Let's Upgrade. Okay, that's it. Now coming back to it, you how can you, if you want any query, like if you have any more queries, guys, for more details, I cannot just give you more details here, so you can just, what you can do is, uh, you can just scan here if you want. Okay, I have already shared this so many times. So yeah, you just can scan here, wherever it is written scan me, and you just fill up the form, and we will reach out to you and answer all your queries details. Then you make decision. Okay, it is always good to have, good to make informed decision actually. Very, like, it's very affordable price, 25,600. You are getting 4 PGP courses, 4 PGP full stack courses, guys. Okay, great. Now, okay, now, okay, Hassan says, but in real it's not big often, because if you iterate 4 times, the nested loop depend on ith value. Yeah, that's what, Hassan. It depends on ith value, and I have taken that into consideration. You mark the j loop. I have not exceeded I value ever. First time I j executed for 1 time. Second time j executed for 2 times because I value was 2. Third time I value was 4, so j loop ran for 4 times. And in the next iteration I value was 8, so j loop, the inner loop, ran for 8 times. So that's why I'm taking 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 and so on. And then I total, like, clubbed them together. I just found out the final total number of times the loop was running. Okay, right? Okay, so I just found out that I just added them up, and I realized that it is actually a GP series. So I just added, right? I just found out, okay, sum of n terms of GP series. Whatever result I got, that is my time complexity, because that is the total number of time the statement inside it was executed. That's my time complexity. As simple as that. Clear, Hassan? Clear, guys? Please just confirm me once, because I am now going towards what is that? This pattern questions actually. Okay, I'm still waiting for your responses. I'll be starting pattern questions. No, loop is not running 19 times. N iterate n times here if we consider n equal to 4. If you take n equal to 4, so I would be, I will go till 4, right? 3 times. So 1 plus 2 plus, yeah, 1 plus 2 plus 4. 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7 times. It is running. Okay, 7 times. So more or less, see, as I said, 4 and 7, there is not much difference actually. It is linear actually. I will say, suggest ki don't take small values as 4 or something. Take higher values and see. Okay, it is, the order is linear actually. Order. I say order. You cannot just say it is exactly, if n is 7, then it should run for 7 times. No, not exactly. It is order of n, linear. Fine. Let's now get into this pattern solving. First question, guys. And okay, what's the time? 8:10. I think this will take the whole time, but anyway, I would try to cover one more question also. This is the question, guys, and the link I have already mentioned here. Okay, I've already mentioned this link, where you can find this problem. So what I'll do is, I'll also share you, like, I'll share this link also over the chat. Okay, how many of you have already done this problem? How many of you have already done this problem? Have you seen this problem? Have you done this? I've also put a, like, HackerRank link here for exactly this question, where I'll be solving on live right now. You can solve it after the session, because I don't want you to get distracted right now during the session, and again you come back and, okay, what, how did you do it, and will ask a lot of doubt. Please first focus. Okay, see how it is solved, and then you can just implement it by your own. I have already, excuse me, I've already shared the HackerRank page problem, where you'll find this exact problem. I was actually searching for more problem, but I could not find more. maybe I would I'll have to search it with more like passion or something. Maybe more deep research I have to make for it. I could not find much problems, but this exactly is a very good problem. Okay, it's a very good problem. It's a very good pattern problem, guys. I have seen a lot of time this question has come up in interviews and coding rounds actually. So let's solve this problem. Let's now directly solve this. So let's go to this HackerRank where I will solve this problem, guys. Okay, so I have this multiple accounts in HackerRank. So I'll just use a dummy one which I had created some time ago. Share screen. Okay, is it visible? Is it visible? I hope it's visible and you can see this. Okay, right? So we would solve. Let's solve this question live here, guys, over HackerRank. Let's solve it. Okay, fine. So let's make our hand dirty now. It's time we make our hand dirty in coding. So, yep, let's get into it. So this is the pattern we have to print. If n value is given as 4, this is what you have to print. Okay, right? If n value is given as 2, then this is what you have to print. And if n value is given as 5, then this is what you have to print. So see, it's kind of like the first, it is 5 5, the whole border is 5, then the inner cell is actually 4 4 4 4, the inner cell is actually 3 3 3 3, then 2 2 2 2. So it is decreasing, the values are decreasing, and that is how it is a forming a pattern actually. Similarly, for 7, if the n value is 7, this is what you will get. Okay, fine. So this is the question. This is what we have to print it. First, what we have to do is we have to uh, identify the number of rows and column. If n, any value of n is given, what would be the number of rows and what would be the number of column? That's what you need to find first. So let's check the sample input and output. When input is 2, how many rows, guys? 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, all are square patterns. You can see like number of rows and number of column would be same, but you just have to check. When n is given 5, how many rows? 9 total, right? If you count it, 9 rows. Also there are 9 columns, so 9 rows and 9 columns. When it is 7, when n value is 7, how many rows, guys? Can you count, someone? 13, yeah, 13 rows and 13 columns are there total, right? Okay, so that means whenever this n is given, so the total, this pattern, actually the number of rows and number of column, I just make a comment here. So total number of column and row is actually this. Can you try to form a relation, guys? Okay, so it is like when it is 2, we are getting 3 rows and 3 column. When it is 5, we are getting 9 rows and 9 column. When it is 7, we are getting 13 rows and 13 column. Hassan has already given the answer. Yes, it is correct. Yes, it is correct. It is 2n minus 1. Exactly. Okay, it's actually 2 into n minus 1. Let's cross check it, guys. When n is 2, 2 into 2 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 3. 3 rows, 3 column. Yes, yes, it is satisfying. When n value is 5, so 2, 5, 10 minus 1, 9. 9 rows, 9 column. That's what we had got. When it is 5, we got 9 rows and 9 column. So 2 into 5, 10 minus 1, 9. Similarly, when we have 7, so 2 into 7, 14 minus 1, 13. So we got 13 rows and 13 column in total, right? So that is what is the total size here, 2 into n minus 1. Basically the number of rows and number of column that we get. Okay, so I will write it as maybe so anyway the number of rows and column are same, so I don't have to take different variable to store that. I can take maybe total or something, and I can store that. Okay, I haven't declared it, so I can just use it 2n minus 1. So I have my total number of rows and total number of columns here, that is 2 into n minus 1, 2n minus 1. Okay. See, how would we solve this, guys? How would we solve this? If you mark here, this row we are printing 7. Okay, first row. Then we are printing last row, we are printing 7. And if you check this first column, we are printing 7. And last column, we are printing 7. Okay, right? 7, 7, 7, 7, and 7. Then we are going to the inner part. 6 we are printing, 6 we are printing, and 6 we are printing. That's the basic thing we are doing. And that is what being done repeatedly. 7, okay, then in the row 7, in the in the column, first column, last column 7, first row, last row 7, and then we are going to the inner row and column, right? 6, 6, and 6 and 6, the inner row and inner column, right? Okay, that's what we are basically doing here, right? So what I'll take is, I will take a yeah, I'll take something here like low and high, let's say, or maybe top or bottom, let's say. I'll take top or bottom, and top and bottom doesn't make sense because we also have left and right. So let's just take a low and high, that would be enough. Okay, so L equal to 0 because it starts from 0. Okay, 0th row. And then we have high. Where is high? Who can say high? What would be the high value? It is 2 into n minus 2, guys. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do here is, I will take here an array actually. Okay, and I will try to store this. Why I'm basically taking an array and why I'm not directly printing it? Who can say? Okay, who can say why I'm taking an array and why I'm not printing it directly? Mostly you might have seen, guys, pattern questions, we don't take an array normally, but why in this question I'm taking array? Because here, see the print, how the cursor behaves, how the cursor behaves. You have to, you need to understand, whenever you are working on a pattern question, guys, whenever you are solving a pattern question, you need to understand how this cursor behaves actually. Cursor moves from left to right and top to bottom manner. That way it moves. So first it will print this line, and then it will print this line. Okay, then it will print this line, then it will print this line. You cannot change the order of the cursor. Then it will print this line. So right, so there is a lot of ambiguity here to like check. Okay, 7 6 6 6 6 7, again in the next line 7 6 5 5 5 6 7. So it would be a problem actually. You can, I'm not saying you cannot do it for like putting some condition or other, but it would be really very hectic. So that's why what we will do, we'll take an array. Okay, not array, 2D array. Okay, we'll take an 2D array or a matrix, we'll take, and we'll store this like first row and last row will store 7. Okay, then first column and last column will store 7. Then we will go to second row and second column, actually the inner side, we will store 6. Here we'll store 6, here we will store 6, and here we'll store 6. And that is how we will continue to do so till we reach the last place, that is 1. That's the exact thing we are going to do, guys. And you just have to print the what is that, you just have to print the total matrix. Finally the 2D array, just have to print. Yeah, Hashan, yes, you can do that, not an issue. I've just written here 2 into n minus 2, or you can just take, guys, here total minus 1. It is up to you if you want to do that way. Okay, let's do that way. I'm just taking a different line here. So h equal to, yep, it is also correct because total is 2n minus 1. So h would be total minus 1. So this L and H are actually indices, guys. Okay, so we start from 0 index and it will go till total minus 1. Let's say you take 5. Okay, if you are taking 5, so it will start from 0 and will go till 8. 8, right, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So last value would be 8, which is total minus 1. Total is 9, so total minus 1 is the index, the higher index value, the last index value. So that's what I have done here. Okay, now what basically we have to do here? It's very easy again. See, I'll tell you what we will do here. So you just have to do nothing, guys. It's very easy. See, you iterate just iterate over your entire ij loop. Okay, so in the first iteration, let's say in the first iteration, obviously I would start from low. Okay, I would start from low. So in first pass or in the first iteration, you make a target. Okay, you make a target to okay, when I say first pass, what I'm saying is in first pass you target this row, okay, and this first column and last column, it should be all 7, and don't store anything else inside it. Okay, all the other places you don't touch, you don't store anything. Next time you just come down, like go to the inner side, then store 6, 6, 6 and 6. That's what we are going to do. How we are doing, just watch. Okay, let's see this, just see this, what we are going to do. So first of all, I have a like loop. I'll start a loop. Obviously, if I have to store something in the array, I have to write a loop, right? Outer loop, nested loop. One loop for the rows, one loop which will control the column. So it will start from L, the lowest point, and it should go till high, I plus plus, right? Then another loop for the maintaining columns and all. Int j equal to, again same thing, guys. It will start from low and it will go till high, right? And j plus plus. So what we need to do here? So how can we store this 7 on the first row, 7 on the last row, 7 in the first column, and 7 on the last column? Similarly, second time, how can we store this 6 in the second row? Okay, not entirely second row, but this is the space we have in this path, in this way, this place. Here we have to store 6. Okay, here we have to store 6. Also, this row, this column, this entire column, we have to store 6. How can we do that? Right, how can we do that? It's very easy, just have to think a bit, guys. Okay, I'll just put a simple condition here. Simple condition. What the condition is, if I is equal to low, that means if I is the low row, first row, or if I is equal to last row, okay, whatever the last row is currently, or if j is equal to the first column, right? Okay, or j if it is equal to the last column. So first row, last row, first column, last column. If you are at this if you are at any of this row or column, then what you have to do is you just have to store n value, whatever is n. Let's say n is 5, so you just store, or let's say n is 7, you store 7, 7, 7 and 7. Okay, right? Understood of this or not? Yeah, exactly. Yes, Hassan, that's what I'm doing here. Okay, for I equal to high, for I equal to low, for I equal to low, for I equal to high, for j equal to low, and for j equal to high, this border. Okay, I'm storing n. Okay, I'm storing n here. That's what I'm doing here, right? Okay, so in that case, guys, I have not mentioned here the size of pattern. What should be the size? Who can say? For that, yeah, just tell me, guys, what should be the size. So for that you need to check the constraint, right? What is the constraint here? See, what is the constraint? Constraint says n value would be between 1 to 1000. So value of n, they can take up to 1000. So in that case, what would be the size? The row and column dimension, maximum row and column dimension, what should be? What should be here? Can you, anyone mention what should be the row and column dimension here? Maximum size possible. What should be it? What should be it, guys? Can anyone mention over here? what should be the row and column. So constant play a major part, guys, in competitive coding, or whenever you are going to a coding interview or something. This constant plays a major role there. People make mistakes a lot of their, right. So Hassan says it is 1,000, right? Okay, because n, it might go up to 1,000, so I'll put here 1,000, 1,000 and 1,000. Fine. So row 1,000 and column 1,000. Now, okay. So what we are doing here, see guys, this loop, what this will do, this will only store this 5, or let's say n value 7. It will only store 7 on the first row, 7 on the last row, 7 on the first column, and 7 on the last column. Nothing else. Okay, right? And it will not do anything else. So let's say I would take a custom input here, and I'll show you now. Okay, so I just want to have to print the array, right? 0, I less than the total minus 1, I plus plus, right? For just print the array j equal to 0 and j less than equal to total total minus 1. So it can be equal, less than equal to total minus 1, or you can write less than total, same thing. Then j plus plus, and you just have to print here percentile d. This is C, guys, C programming. So you have to write printf pattern I and j. Array name is pattern I have taken, and you also have to print in that matrix manner. So you just have to add a next line here. After every row, you just have to print a next line. I hope everyone knows how to print a matrix or something. So custom input, if I take 5, if I run the code here, this is what I'm getting the output. See, it is just storing 5 in the first row, 5 in the last row, and 5 in the first column, and 5 in the last column. That's what we are getting here. Okay, that is what we are getting here actually, nothing else. Okay, so that means this entire nested loop actually just store the first, this actually mark the completion of first pass, or first, yeah, first pass. So we need to repeat this pass for like we need to repeat this further for the inner places, right? So for that, what I'll do, guys, okay, I will actually take another loop, right? Okay, I'll say here, okay, right, I don't have to write anything, like I don't have to take the initial value, initialize loop variable. I'll just work on n directly. So for n greater than equal to greater than 0 actually. Okay, till n is valid, that's what we are doing. And then n minus minus. See why I'm doing this, and I'll put this entire thing, I'll put this entire thing inside it. Okay, and just rearrange this bit. Yeah, now it looks fine. So see this, what I'm trying to do here. So I'm repeating this stuff because when I run this one time, it will just store this 5 on the border. Okay, when I go to next time, I need to run this code again so that this 4 would be stored in the inner circle, inner border, you can say, right? That's why I'm decreasing this n, because I want to print n here. Okay. Okay, my bad. This is not the place where I wanted to store this, guys. So sorry. The Yeah, this is where I need to store actually. So sorry, because the process, wherever I'm continuing the process, that's where I need to store. So n greater than 0 and n minus minus. Okay, so just take this entire thing out from here. You can delete it and just put it here. Okay. need to repeat this step actually, because when you run this once, it just stores the n value on the last, the border, entire the extreme border. You have to get inside, right? That's why next time you are reducing this n value, also when if you want to go to next, see, I'll also show you here. See guys, first time L was this, high was this, right? Okay, and also this row L and high. Next time what you have to do, you have to increase L so that you will come to second row. Also you have to increase this sorry, you have to decrease H so that you will not exceed this. You will be this, like in this space, the inner space, don't exceed that, because you have restricted L and H. You increase L by 1, you decrease H by 1, so that is your limit now. So you will not go to this part and this part and this part and this part, also this part. So you don't touch the extreme border. Now you are in the inner border. Okay, so that's what we need to do here. Okay, right? So once you are completing this entire thing, so what you should do is you should actually increment the L and you should decrement the height, because you have to go to inner circle. Your limit boundary is now shortened by 1, both on the left side and both on the right side, both on the top and both on the bottom, right? So you have constricted your area where you want to print or something. That's what we have to do. Okay, so let's see this, what exactly we are getting right now. So I'll show you by taking some custom input here. If I take 5 here, so yes, certainly yes, we are getting the output, guys. So I think we are good to run this code. So I'll just turn this off and I'll just run the code here for you. And okay, it is giving us wrong answer. Why? I think we are missing out the space. What is our expected output? Let's see. Yeah, there are spaces between each value. That is why it is giving us, saying that it is not correct. So I'll just give a space. Then I'll rerun this code. And you see now all the sample test cases have been passed. Okay, let's try to submit it. Okay, let's be in an actual code ground, guys. Okay, let's submit it and see whether this code is entirely correct or is there any flaw. Let's try to submit. I'll submit it here. We'll just check whether it is entirely correct or wrong. And you see lot of red marks, lot of red mark, right? Why is this? And the compiler message is giving segmentation fault. Why exactly it is saying segmentation fault? Why so many test cases failed? We checked for 5. Okay, it was also coming for the initial 3 test cases. Why again then lot of test cases failed? The problem is here. The problem is here. Okay, see guys, be very clear with the constraint actually. Okay, it might seem correct, but the problem is here. See, I'm not only saying you the way, the logic to solve, but I'm also mentioning what all point you need to keep in your mind while solving, while going for a coding round or something. Please be very clear here. The constraint says n value would range, it might be any value between 1 to 1000. Let's say n value is given 1000, right? What would be the number of rows and column? 2 into 1000 minus 1, right? And what you have taken, the maximum size you have taken 1000 and 1000 rows. That is why it is not able to accommodate. Okay, right? So your maximum size should be actually the total number of rows and total number of column. Or if you don't want that thing, so you just can take 2000 in short, because you know the maximum value of n, it would be 1000. So 2 into 1000 would be 2000 minus 1. So you can just take 2000 as the maximum. And now if you submit this code, see now guys, every test case would pass without a problem. Okay, simple. Logic was correct, but you didn't uh, you didn't take care of the constraint which was given. So this is the solution, guys, for this particular pattern question. I hope everyone understood what exactly we did here. This is the core part, this is the logic part, this, right? The next part is nothing, it's just printing the array. This is where we printed the array, so that is not a big deal. You know all how to print an array or something. This is where we actually have written the logic. Okay, isn't it interesting? Okay, right? So see, I would have told you this in the beginning itself, like it should not take 1,000 or something, but I wanted you to see it. Okay, error should come, then only you would make like you can understand better. Okay, this is the exact point where we are getting error. This is what we should keep in our mind when we are going for coding question or something. Time complexity for this, yep, surely we can find it out. Okay, so this basically, this outer loop is running for, actually you should go for this I, J and N, but I think it's not very complicated and we can do it, I think. Okay, but you need to take care of this L and H, guys. Okay, that's what you have to think. So maybe, okay, yeah. So the outer loop is basically, it is running for n times, no doubt in that, because it starts from n value. It starts from the value of n, whatever it is, and it is going till 1. It going till n greater than 0. That means till the value of n is 1. That's what. So certainly this outer loop is running for n times. You just have to find out the time complexity for this one. Okay, time complexity for this one, so you can take different values. Actually, you write I, J, and try to find out this type complexity. Just follow the same method, guys. Okay, write down this I and J. Okay, write down I and J and just check. Okay, what is the first time, how it is running? It is starting from 0 and it is going till what? uh, Take any, first of all, let's take a particular test case. Take a sample case, maybe 7, let's say. Okay, see how it is actually coming, how it is running, and accordingly you can take the value of n and try to correlate or put a relationship there. You want me to share the code? Okay, so I'm just copying the entire thing. Okay, because selecting a part will be a major deal. Okay, anyway, guys, I'll post it in the community. Okay, right? So I'll make a file out of it and I'll post this in the community. Do check out, maybe after the soon after the class, you check it out and you will get the code in the community. Okay, right, there are a lot of problem, I could not find much. Okay, one good problem I have actually selected, but it's we don't have time today to solve it, but surely I want to solve this question, guys. There are some prelim questions I had like chosen, so that to give you a trick actually how to solve pattern question. This is a very preliminary question, I think every one of you might have solved, but I wanted to show you actually a trick. Okay, what exactly to follow to apply this on this. Even this is a very trivial question you might have solved, but I wanted to show you a trick actually, which I will do tomorrow. Okay, I'll not extend this session anymore. I'll first give you a trick actually, so that applying that trick we can solve this kind of pattern. Okay, I hope like some of you might have already solved this problem, but I want to show you a trick which can which would make your life easier to solve this kind of problem, or if you get some other kind of combination. That's what my intention is, guys, which we would learn in the next class. Okay, also next class, even this I have in store for you guys. Maybe I think I should give this as an assignment actually. Okay, you can take this as an assignment for today and you work it out. Okay, because it's a basic pattern, like nothing there to work on the pattern. Here you need to think about the pattern, actually how to print this pattern and how to print this pattern. But it's a basic pattern, it's very much, this pattern is very much similar to this pattern. I think most of you already have solved this kind of pattern. Just work on that pattern, but you have to print 101, 101, 0101. So I'll give this as an assignment. You take this as an assignment for today. If you could not get it, anyway, we'll discuss this. Okay, not an issue. And yep, so first we'll finish tomorrow. We'll first finish this pattern question, and then we will go to this dynamic programming problem, guys. I'll pick up a HackerRank problem. We'll go to HackerRank and we'll solve it live there. Okay, that's how we learn actually. It's not about theory and concept. We also have to implement it and we have to make our hands dirty, right? Fine. Riddhi, you can just give the answer, Riddhi. If you want to explain, that is very good of you, but you can just give the answer. That is also fine. Okay. Anyway, guys, like right, you have exams like if you attend all the session, if you put attendance for all the session, then you would be eligible to give an exam, and there would be exam happening. So 10, 11, yeah. On 13th, your exam would open, and you that would be open for one long month. So anyone can give in that period of time, and if you qualify it, you would be eligible for completion certificate, and that to a physical copy of certificate. Okay, right. So that's where we end this today's session, guys. uh, yeah, yes, Hassan, yes, yep, that is a good piece of suggestion. So guys, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's it for today. Let's call it a day. So let's call it a day, and let's wrap it up for the time being. We'll again meet tomorrow at the same time, and we will first solve the pattern question. Some more tricks I will give you on patterns that would be really very helpful to you coming going ahead for placements and all. And also hit this dynamic programming problems will solve on HackerRank. So that's all for today's uh, class, guys. Let's meet again tomorrow. Till then, guys, bye bye and take care. Okay, keep practicing, keep learning. Bye bye. Good night, guys.